Monday. It's Monday, people. It's time to go back to work. All your joyous co-workers will be so happy to see you. They will be elated. I am sure. It'll be a great week, and you'll get through it. We'll hit another weekend at the end of it. So hang on tight, baby. It's coming. Hey, I got a Christmas card. I got a Christmas card from Jackie and Tony Curtis, all the way from England. Tony and Jackie are big supporters. They have been for a long time. They said they're thinking of us on this wonderful time of the year. And resist, baby. She throws that in there. She is a big resistor, and we're glad to have both her and Tony Curtis over in England as our fan support. And so thank you, Jackie and Tony. Now, I also got another one. And it came with this shirt. What does that shirt say? It says, I'm not a proctologist, but I can recognize an asshole when I see one. But I know an asshole when I see one. And I see one up in our White House. There's one in our White House. Hey, there's one at the head of the DOJ. There's one as a vice president. There's one in the Secretary of Education. There's one at the They're all over the place. Assholes. You can spot them. They're all over the freaking place. And this was sent to me by our dear friend Denise Pickering out in Las Vegas. Denise, she sent us shirts before. She sent us articles before. Denise is an active participant in this resistance. She is always going to events. She's chasing down congressmen. She's bringing groups of people together. She is a very active person, and I'm very proud of her for that. And because she's doing it long before I came along, baby. I'm just lucky to get her as a fan, and she started supporting me, and I'm blessed for that. So, but she also sent a Christmas card, and it says, "Believe in the magic." Believe in the magic. Oh, that's what I can get behind. And celebrate the wonders of the holiday. But in her card, she kind of threw down a gauntlet. I told you she's an activist. She stays busy. And she put out a challenge to both me and to you. And her challenge was to write on the comments what you will plan to do in 2018, for 2018, what they will do to help change the House and Senate to a Democrat control. You can join your local Democrat party. You can make calls. You can go door to door. You can write your senators. You can do a lot of things. Call resist. That number resist all the time. Go to town halls. Be involved. That's what she's saying. What are you challenging yourself to do for the 2018 election? Because this is important. And she also asked the question, are you drifting or are you rowing? Well, that's something a sailor can get behind. Are you drifting or are you rowing? Because we've got a destination. Our destination is 2018. House and Senate, we take control. That's our destination. We have to paddle towards that destination, and we all have to paddle together to get there. So we all need to grab an oar, whatever that might be, your pen, your voice. Get involved. Join your Democratic Party. Support your candidate of your choice. Go Beto. And there's another one. Oh, I lost his cotton picking thing. I got another guy I'm supporting. Holcomb. Oh, Lordy. I'll find it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Beto O'Rourke. I'm behind him here in Texas. Take Ted Cruz's place. Get involved in some degree. This my voice right here. I try to stay active. But let's write down there in the comments. Let's make Denise proud of what she sees down under the comments. So, with all that out of the way, what's going on? Well, tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the big day we see what Alabama is made of. The whole world is watching tomorrow. Not only here in the United States. It looks like everybody's watching this race. Because it's going to come down to a moral decision. Is Alabama going to elect a predator, sexual predator, to the House, to the Senate, or are they going to elect Doug Jones, who has already proven himself who he is. The man who persecuted the Klan members that bombed a church that killed 4 kids. That's him. That's that guy. We can be proud of him. What do you got with Roy Moore? You got, well, one, you got a pedophile predator, evidently. And you have a guy that thinks that if you're not a Christian, you shouldn't be allowed to serve this country. You know, he thinks if you're not a Christian, you might as well be shot in the head. He thinks the greatest times in America were when we had slaves. There's a whole freaking long list of crap that has come out of Roy Jones' mouth that he is only for one particular set of people to rule this country. He's not interested in the Constitution. The Constitution's got nothing to do with his Bible, and his Bible will be the one to rule, and we can't have that in our house. That's bullshit. We live by a Constitution, not by a Bible, Roy. So go back to preaching, buddy. Stay down there in Alabama. Start you a church up, buddy. Praise the Lord and all that stuff. Do good deeds to try to erase the miserable deeds you've done in the past. And the whole world's going to watch and see where this goes, because if Roy Moore gets elected to the Senate, that throws this country into, I don't know, a moral crisis. Are we going to allow a man like that, especially in this time when Senator Al Franken resigned for less, for much, much, much less than Roy Moore? We have people sitting down. We have senators now calling for Donald Trump to resign, for Donnie the Dick, Donnie a.k.a. Tawny Hands, for him to resign. There's 3 women coming out, and again they're going to assess their charges on him. Is he going to answer? Only with, oh, they're lying. They're lying. He's like Roy Moore. He's a cockroach. He's a scared little cockroach who wouldn't know the truth if it bit him on the ass. He's going to deny it and call them all, what, liars again? Donnie, you said you're going to take them to court. Donnie, you're going to sue them ladies. No, you're not, because you're a scared little coward, and all those accusations are probably true. Even Nikki Haley came out and said that those women should be heard. That's right, Donnie. Even the Secretary of the UN, our ambassador to the United Nations, thinks those women should be heard. Maybe in a court of law, Donnie. That story's true, and you know it, you little weasel. You're nothing but like Judge Roy Moore there. And unlike the law out here in west of the Pecos, no, you're not standing up for law and order, buddy. You're just trying to ruin this country, and we want your ass out. We don't want Roy Moore in there. So, Alabama, the whole world's looking at you, baby. And if they do send Roy Moore up there, then he's going to go with our knowledge that every blue dot in Alabama did their best to try to keep that asshole from getting in there. And if he does get in there, then we're going to look right at the Senate to find out what the hell they're going to do. And they better step up fast and get rid of his ass. Anyway, what's going on with the tax plan? Oh, the tax plan, Steve Mnuchin came out. He gave his tax analysis there. He's going to let you know just what's going on. A 1-page document to give you the total analysis of the Republican tax plan that is going to pay for itself. That's what Steve Mnuchin is saying. I don't believe anything that little weasel mouth sucker ever says. Him and his little wife can jet around all over and play with money and probably lay on a bed of money and just have themselves an orgasm. Because that's who those people are. They are the ultra rich. They are the throw it in your face. I'm taking jet rides with my expensive clothes and my expensive shoes and my expensive bag, and look at me. That's who those people are. That's who we're giving the tax breaks to. Those people who want to go to Fort Knox and fondle the money. But he says it's going to pay for itself. Although every independent analysis has come out and said, no, it doesn't, including the Congress's own Joint Committee on Taxation says it will not pay for itself. Steve Mnuchin is telling you it will. If. Oh, wait, what do you mean, if? Yeah, there's an if in that statement. The tax plan pays for itself if you support and, oh no, if, first thing, if it supercharges businesses as they say it will. As you know, if we give the tax break to the corporations and all them things, they're going to reinvest that money in the United States here and build new plants, and everybody's going to get a job, get a raise, and all that bullshit. Ain't going to happen. Tried that story before, and it didn't happen. But he says it will if that happens, and if you pass the president's infrastructure plan. What's the infrastructure plan? Well, we haven't come up with it yet. We'll let you know when we do. It'll work if they pass welfare reform. What's your welfare reform program? Well, we'll let you know later. I can tell you what it is. It's cut everything, every social program this country has. That's his welfare reform program. If we pass that, and if we keep on with the regulatory reform at the pace we're going, you know, get rid of every regulation that gets in the way of consumer financial protection or the environmental protection or laws or anything that gets in the way of the rich man getting a little bit more money. Hell yeah, get all of that stuff done and it'll pay for itself. That's what Steve Mnuchin is preaching now. If we do all of this future shit that they don't even have a plan for, what infrastructure plan? Like I said before, Donnie, how about we take all that damn money you say we have to give money to rich people? How about we put that into an infrastructure plan? That would create jobs. That would do everything you say all this other bullshit's going to say. But it does it faster. And the money goes to the working man down there, gets jobs, good jobs going to repair bridges and roads. Oh, Lordy. No, if. Did y'all see where the court struck down Donnie's transgender tweet? Because that's what it was. It wasn't an official thing. He tweeted out, no more transgender in the military. Get out, get out. It costs too much money. He's a lying dick. And the court called him that. They said the cost was unsubstantiated. His cost estimate on what it costs for a transgender soldier to be in the military was wrong, and it's full of bullshit. And the court said starting January 1st, baby, if you're a transgender, get down there. Unless there's already transgender people in the military, Donnie is just being a dick. That's one of those dick things Donnie does. He tweets out one day, oh, no more transgender. Piss on you, Donnie. Transgender and gays have served in this military for years and years. Combat service. And your little piddly coward ass sat around with a bone spur in your heel. So you got no business at all talking about who is fit to serve. You were fit to serve, you were just a coward. These people are fit to serve, and they're not cowards, Donnie. They want to serve their country, Donnie. They hear the call and want to answer that. Not you. Not Donnie the dick. Not Donnie the orangutan asshole. No, sir. He's got bone spurs. He can't go. Tennis, anyone? Asshole. New York Times came out and said Donnie watches TV 4 to 8 hours a day. That's what this report says. That's what their reporting says. And Donnie threw a fit, tweeted out all sorts of shit. He never watches TV, and my God, he never watches CNN or MSNBC, and he damn sure never listens to that lying guy, Don Lemon. Don Lemon. That guy. Donnie never listens to that shit. The New York Times is standing by its story, saying it has over 60 people that have attributed to that story, and that the first thing Donnie watches in the morning is either CNN or MSNBC because he wants to know what kind of bullshit he's in for the day. Maybe he'll make up some damn tweet so he can get his ass out of a sling with Mueller or something else, or financial problems, Donnie. You got lots of problems, Donnie. You're going to have to tweet out something really drastically stupid. You know that, don't you? Not a problem for Donnie. Anyway, the court struck down his transgender tweet. That's the law, Donnie, giving you the big finger, buddy, saying take your little homophobia. It's not, and I always say that, I use that word, I shouldn't, because there is no such thing as homophobia. Phobia is a fear. You're not fearful of gays. You're just being an asshole. I recognize you. You're not being a Christian fighting against gay marriage. No, you're being an asshole on your way to Red Lobster to go get some shrimp, which in Leviticus says you can't eat that. The same way it said about man laying with a man. You can't eat shrimp. Don't see you in front of Red Lobster though. Oh no, you're not tweeting about Red Lobster and shrimp. You're not standing in front of them and saying don't eat the shrimp, God's going to smite you down. No! We had an attack in New York. Thank goodness the bomb didn't go off as planned, I'm sure. Nobody was killed. The bomber injured, and he's talking. And yeah, he's saying something about he was doing it to follow Islam. Or ISIS, not Islam, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. ISIS. And that his motivation there recently was Donnie's big stumble into Jerusalem. Now, whether Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. There's no doubt about that. That's where their government is. Everybody knows that. We've known it forever. There's no embassies from any country in the world in Jerusalem. We are all in Tel Aviv. And that should be staying that way until a peace process has worked its way through and we have a solid peace between the land. Because anything else is just going around kicking shins in people. It's just like North Korea. He just wants to stir up shit somewhere. And that's the first result we see of it. And I suspect we'll see more. 12 Diet Cokes a day, Donnie? Really? You sit around, what, in your underwear watching TV 8 hours a day, drinking diet soda all day long? Buddy, that diet stuff, that's not good for you, buddy. Of course, I don't drink soda pop at all. I'm a tea guy. Coffee straight to iced tea, and that's it for me. And one little other piece of news over there I seen this morning I just thought was really neat to hear was that there was a poll out that people who self-identify their politics, you know, oh, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Well, it seems that the number of people that self-identify themselves as a Republican has dropped drastically, they said. I wonder why that is. Could it be because they have a lying predator in the White House and another one running for Senate down here in Alabama, that the party that they propose to love is in there destroying everything this nation ever stood for, from the EPA to energy to education to everything. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, anything you can talk about, they're out to destroy, just like Steve Bannon said, out to destroy the institutions of our country. To divide this country into a war, I guess. I don't know what Steve's got up his mind. I know where he's got his hand right up Donnie's butt so he can work Donnie's mouth. Anyway, that's about what I got today. Thank you, Jackie and Tony, for the card. Thank you, Denise, for the shirt and the challenge. So we have a challenge, people. What are you going to do? I'm going to give some thought to my answer. I'm going to put my answer down there, what I'm going to try to do more than what I'm already doing. I already got my challenge my congressman to resign his ass. Blake Farenthold, get your ass out of there. Be an honorable man for once. Be an honorable guy. And do what you can to help this fight go on. 2018 is coming, people, and we can't stress that enough every day. This is an important fight for our country, the values that we hold dear, the people that we hold dear. Not the wealthy, not the corporations, but these people down here that we live amongst. That's who we're fighting for. And on that note, like, share, and subscribe. John Britabo of Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Britabo on Facebook. And John Britabo Speaks, my fanbook page. On Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas, and out my truck window. Keep this fight going, baby, because this is the fight of the century. This is the fight of our lives. We have to rescue our democracy from a slow death behind closed doors. Kay Allen, thank you very much. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you later.